Okay, welcome back to my channel, you guys. I literally just ended the other video for episode 1 of Grey's Anatomy. We are now going on to episode 2. Just trying to get these videos out the way so we can keep it moving. You know what I mean? Okay. So episode 2, it's very flirty with Derek and Meredith, and so I guess she's kind of like deciding, does she want to do anything as far as pursue this relationship with Derek, because it's going to be very controversial if they do, because he's an attending, he's technically her boss and her boss's boss. So he's pretty big up there. Basically, it would be like the chief, and then you got the attendings, and then you have the residents, and then the residents have interns, and that's kind of how the chain goes of command in the hospital. Okay, so Meredith's all the way down here with the interns. He's over here with the attendings. He's actually trying to pursue the chief spot as well as Burke. Burke is also looking forward to that chief's spot because, you know, Richard keeps talking about retiring, which he's damn near never gonna do. I was very surprised later on in the show when he did retire, you know, because it took him quite a bit. It's like, do you want to be chief or not? You know, do you want to retire or not? Because it doesn't seem like you do. Anyways, so Meredith goes to look at some newborns. She goes there, her and George go there to like suppress their stress and anxiety. The newborns calm them because they're just so darn cute. And she sees one of them kind of cough and turn blue, and so she starts getting worried about it. And the intern looking out for the newborns that's up there, she's kind of like, girl, this is not your territory. What is you doing up here? You know, she doesn't say it like that, obviously, but basically. So she ends up telling the parents, Meredith. She ends up telling the baby's parents, like, without anyone's permission. She's just kind of like, hey, there might be an underlying issue here that we should probably check out. And I can't believe they haven't checked it out yet. So she gets all mad, and then Burke ends up kind of helping her out and was like, yeah, this is my case now. And the other intern was all mad at her resident, and she's like, you're just going to let him take the case like that? And dude was like, he's an attending, girl. You better shut the fuck up. Anyways, so then on the other side of the episode, Meredith has a different patient. And so this patient is a victim of a sexual assault. So when she comes into the hospital, you know, they remove your shoes and your possessions, put them in a bag. She sees that this girl has the same shoes that she wore today. And she just finds it so strange because she doesn't wear those shoes often. They're like some cheetah print kind of flats, I guess you can call them. And so she doesn't wear them often, so she thought it was really weird that she just decided to wear them today, and also the girl had it on. And while she's contemplating this, now this is where she goes to talk to George about the damn shoes, and that's when they went to go see the newborn. So it's kind of, yeah, I guess I kind of fucked up the timeline there, sorry. Anyway, so when they're working on the girl, they find that the girl has bit off the member of the assaulter. And so they basically have to put it in a cooler, and so since Meredith was the one helping out, she had to carry it around with her until the cops came. Took them forever. And then here we go. My last little notes here on this episode is that Alex joins as Bailey's interns. But he's very, like, when we see him in season one, I didn't like Alex. He does become one of my favorite characters, but he was kind of like sexist, kind of like a jerk, like very much. In season one, he was very irky. He was very full of himself. Um, and so he ends up kind of calling Mare a nurse, right? And so everybody was kind of pissed about that because, like, you not finna call Meredith Grey, Ellis Gray's daughter, a nurse. Like, are you serious, bro? And then has the audacity to like want to like flirt with her because he thinks she's hot. Like it was just like he was such a jerk this season. Um and so anyway, she ends up showing him out because they're down in the ER and he's kind of like being an asshole to all the nurses, and then he just called Meredith the nurse, and then Dr. Weber goes down there, the chief, right? And so he's asking what's wrong with one of the patients, and he's like, okay, what are we doing here? What's, what would be the proper steps to diagnose the patient and treat the patient? And so Meredith comes out and she shows out with that answer, honey, and she shuts down all of that. And so Alex sits there looking stupid. And so Dr. Weber tells him, do exactly what she said, and then I want you off the case. And so, yeah, he just sitting there looking stupid, honey. And very well for that. So that's that. Episode 2 wasn't as exciting, obviously, as episode 1, but I love to watch the episodes, I guess, fully because there's little tidbits in here sprinkled in that are just, there's some funny things, the commentary between the interns and whoever else. Like, it's actually pretty entertaining show, obviously, or it wouldn't be my favorite, right? All right, so that's that for episode 2. I'll be back with episode 3 very soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.